if you see the news, there are high chances that UPSC Civil Services exam pattern may change. Why I am saying this and what is in this UPSC parliamentary committee? Let us understand about this news. If you see recently, not only Economic Times, every news article, every newspaper, different news channels has covered a similar type of news, but it is based on one recommendation that parliamentary committee has given on UPSC. Okay, let's understand this one. So in this video, I am analyzing that what changes can UPSC bring to its exam pattern. Okay. Now, high number of engineers getting selected in civil services. Review selection process recommends Parliament panel. There are two things that Parliament panel has said. First, it said that there are high number of engineers. So what is the problem with that? Next, it's saying that review selection process. Okay, so the second thing it has recommended to review the selection process. If you see in 2011, only 46% of UPSC rankers were of engineering background, and the rest all were from variety of backgrounds. That even is a huge number. 48% is a very huge number. Now in 2020 number, if you take the numbers released by UPSC, if you take 65% of the candidates who have passed UPSC are from engineering background. So what is the problem in this one? Is it a very problematic issue that engineers passing UPSC? The problem is this: Indian government and even lot of institutions are focusing on technical education. When technical education is important in this country, people from technical education are passing out from the colleges and are writing UPSC exams and are becoming civil servants where technical skills are not required. For UPSC to become a civil servant, you require a general skill. General skills you require, it is not technical skills that UPSC demands for. That means lot of human capital lost and lot of economic loss is happening in this country because engineers are moving towards UPSC Civil Services examination. And if you see this, parliamentary panel not only talked about engineers, it also talked about doctors. People who have passed MBBS are writing UPSC. That means we are losing even talented doctors. That means skilled engineers and skilled doctors, they are moving to UPSC, which is not a good sign for the country. People who have spent their time on engineering, developing their technical skills, and people who have spent their time to develop medical skills or to be medical knowledge or medicine knowledge, who have developed medical or medicine knowledge, are moving towards UPSC because it is a human capital loss for the country. And if you look at the flip side of this one, in UPSC also 25 to 30% are only from the other backgrounds. That means the variety of the UPSC is losing the variety of the candidates. There is no variety. There is one type of students every year it is recruiting. 65% of engineers, 10% of medical students. Okay, so one type of students they are recruiting. Variety is missing. If all different streams, people from different streams comes, then the knowledge sharing, the inputs, the skills they bring to the civil services, it changes. It matters a lot for the civil services. Okay. Coming to the next point, review selection process. If you look at the selection process, it is 1 year, 2 months selection process. Almost 1.5 years you need to spend on studying, preparing, writing, giving the exams, to get into UPSC civil service examinations. Out of 5 lakh people who write these exams, only 1,000, on an average 1,000 selections will happen. That means 4,99,000 students will lose. Again they have to write, again they have to spend 1.5 years and they have to write the UPSC exam again. That means look at this one, each person is wasting 1.5 year time on one single attempt. That means this 4,99,000 into 1.5 hour, if you see, look at the gross time that is wasted on this UPSC selection process. Okay. However, UPSC did not agree to this one, and UPSC said that we need to think about this because I am talking about the review selection process, the time it is taking. That review selection process, UPSC said we need to spare time because there is no other way. We are already doing it in the faster pace. after prelims we are releasing the result and we are conducting mains exam. After mains exam, within 3 months we are conducting interviews. So we don't see any other way to reduce the time. So let us see that what UPSC is going to come out. UPSC is going to come out, what solution is UPSC going to come out with. Next important point, if you see in this UPSC process, when I said there is only one variety of students that are coming and lot of time is wasted in this, because of this UPSC exam, the human capital and the gross time that is wasted by a nation. If you look at all these things, UPSC selection is actually making UPSC selection. If you see this, UPSC selection is actually turning into a negative impact on economy of the country. So now UPSC is planning to, in order to reduce this number of students who are from engineering background and medical background, it may consider to introduce more law papers in UPSC selection. When I say law papers in the UPSC selection, I am not saying about the optional papers. In the GS itself, it may reduce other subjects and it may increase weightage for polity, governance, law related subjects. Why law is very important? As you know, the civil servants has to know general knowledge. In that, law is very important, because if you see UPSC pattern, UPSC exam pattern, it is asking polity from the political science perspective. It is asking less on legal perspective. If you see, bureaucracy, plays a very important role in executing, in the execution of this law and the legal framework in India. So for them, it becomes very important to know the legal background or law of this country. And the next important point, the more law subject if you bring, engineering background and medical background students may not score well in UPSC, and it becomes an advantage for law background students and other arts background students as well. That's why UPSC may introduce more law related subject into its exam. Thank you so much.